Welcome back, Whole Woman listeners. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kim.
And today we are doing a hardcore PSA for everyone out there. I have just had an experience with someone that I know and love that fell for the Amazon gift card scam. So we decided
Mm,
that we wanted to talk about it today, not only as just informative, but just it has probably happened to someone you know, and we would love to be able to educate people out there, give you some tips and signals of if you're reading a scam and how to kind of avoid this in the future.
absolutely. I and it seems to go in waves, right? I mean, like you hear about it and then everybody gets smart to one scam, and so then like the scammers get smarter and here comes something from out of the blue. So tell us a little bit about what happened to your friend.
I will. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I mean, these scams keep evolving. And I'll tell this later, but I got a legit looking email from my credit card a couple weeks ago, and at first, but anyway, so let me just backtrack. So this story, one of my clients said that her pastor emailed her saying, all prayers are helpful. I fell on the street and broke my tibia. And it used his actual name and the church that they go to. So it really felt legitimate for her. And she emailed back, I'm so sorry. Your prayers are, you're in my prayers, blah, blah, blah. So that opens up the conversation and they say, well, thank you so much. I'm in a lot of pain. I really can't do anything. I would love to ask for your help. Do you shop on Amazon? And of course, she responds, yes. And he says, well, I need to get my granddaughter a birthday gift, and I can't do it right now. Can you please do it for me? And I don't know what the rest of the text is, but she, of course, being a kind, loving person, says, of course, sends this person a $300 Amazon gift card, and they come back at her saying, oh, well, thank you so much. But I was really hoping to get her this big gift. Could you send a little more? So then she sends another $200 gift card. And her husband finally steps in and says, that is a scam. And she just doesn't want to, not want to is the right word. She just can't imagine that people would be so cruel and take advantage of her like that. And she asked me, she's like, what would you have done? And I said, you unfortunately have to research anything like that. You have to follow up before you send money. And she's like, well, how could I have done that? And I said, well, you could have called the church and said, has Pastor blah, blah, blah fallen? And is he okay? And of course, they would be the first ones to know.
hmm
But I think that I am in that habit because I lived in New York, so I'm skeptical of everything. But I got this legitimate email from my American Express card saying, we put your account on hold. And I know that's how they freak you out. But instead of me clicking on anything before I do anything like that, I always call my credit card. I always and be, is there something happening on my account? And of course, the answer is no. But that is the best way to handle this. I loved the commercial for scams too. They are never going to act out of urgency. Do this right now or your account is frozen or blah, blah, blah. And no one is going to ever call you and ask you for any kind of account number over the phone. And
hmm
those are just a few of the tips that I know of. What about you, Kim?
Oh, it's everywhere, and people have gotten so good. I mean, like my husband and I keep getting calls, both of us, right? And we have a business that is still open because it was it's the overhead business for our restaurants that we owned. And you have to keep it open for 7 years after you sell, just in case there's tax changes or whatever happens, right? And so we both keep getting these calls from a law firm that tells us they discovered that there's been a tax lien put against the properties in this business because of something we didn't do, and they really want to help us out. And we knew right away it was a scam because that business doesn't own property. The property that we do own is held in a different company.
Hmm.
But but it comes up on the thing that it's a law firm and the person's talking to you and it's a law firm and they're talking to you about tax liens and the federal government and all of these things. And it instantly instills in you this sense of panic.
Hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, what did I do? What did I miss? What did I do wrong? I mean, like, and so for someone who's maybe not who hasn't been in the business world, who hasn't lived in New York City, who hasn't been scammed before, it's really easy to fall prey. And I
Yeah.
think I hate saying to someone, live live your life with a sense of skepticism all the time because that just sucks. I mean, we want to trust people. We want to, like your friend, she wants to help her pastor. She felt
Of course.
terrible and she was instantly moved to help. Well,
Right.
what a crummy thing to not be able to feel like you can help.
I hear you. And even saying the word skepticism, it's awareness. I
Mhm,
mean, these scams have been happening for over 20 years, and you're right, they just get better and better and better. So to be aware that there are certain things that financial institutions just don't do
mhm,
is super helpful, right? They're never going to send you an urgent email for you to click something. And they're always going, and if they do call you, they're going to actually, I don't even think they will call you. They'll send you an email asking you to call them.
mhm,
But I mean, I've heard that maybe even sometimes that can be a friggin' scam. So I always call the number on the back of my credit card. I never call the number that's on the email because you don't know what is
mhm.
real and what's not in that case. But again, I just do my best to not fall for it.
Yeah. What I've discovered is from my credit card companies anyway. I mean, things come in the mail. There's nothing so urgent. Now we do have fraud alert on two of our cards, and you get a text message asking if did you just purchase this?
Hmm.
And it saved me from having someone spend, I mean, like somebody, I don't know how they get your number or what they do, but yeah, there have been a couple of times where it's been like, no, I did not buy um, a new computer in Tokyo Airport. No, 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 that's not me. You know,
And
but
don't
those
they
are
follow up with a phone call when
they
you've
do.
done
Yeah,
that? Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And it automatically like when you hit no, your card automatically becomes like not usable. But
Right.
but I mean there's confirmation. And those things don't happen unless you set them up.
Uh,
So so those are some ways, I don't know. We just live in such a smart world. Like
yes.
who would have thought that people could do this to you, you
And
know?
why? It's just terrible. But
No.
that's a whole nother show about people and their integrity.
Yeah.
But I think that it's important to know that there are steps that you can take, which I love that you just talked about a couple of those. Call your bank, call your credit cards, put those kind of alerts on your accounts. Maybe not have like 15 credit cards out there. I have two, and that helps me personally keep track of things. And also there is that call screening that most Apple phones come with. I'm not sure about other phones, but it'll literally say scam alert on the
Mhm.
phone number.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I think that a lot of times, if you're a little bit older and maybe not so tech savvy, and people who just pick up every single phone call, that's also opening up a window that maybe you want to shut.
Right, right. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but like my mom received one a couple of years ago, and she was so proud of herself for not falling for it. But the phone rang, and it was her landline, and somebody's like, "Grandma, Grandma, are you there, Grandma?" And mom's like, "Yeah, yeah," and they're pretending they can't hear her. And she's like, "Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that I was on vacation in this place, and I rented a car and and I've gotten into an accident and I need to come up with some money or else they're not going to let me come home. And, you know,
Oh
and,
man.
and it's this whole like Venmo me, right?
Mhm.
And of course, it's not her phone, my niece's phone that
Right.
she's calling from because, her phone doesn't work in this foreign country. So she's borrowing somebody's phone to get a hold of anyway. And thank goodness, my mom's like, well, call me back. I'm going to call your mom, I mean, and just check on this. Does your mom
Yeah.
know it's okay or that you're not okay? And anyway, so she prevented this whole scam thing, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like they prey on older people. And again, how does the scammer know if somebody's old?
Yeah, that is true. And they also prey on stupid people. Like my mom's ex-husband fell privy to what they call a romance scam.
Oh,
And yeah, so he started messaging with who he thought was a woman and the same kind of line. So they build up this, relationship with you over the phone, text, message, whatever. And so you're now established in this relationship with someone. And then something critical happens, like what you just said. Oh my God, I'm in the hospital. I need you to send me $500 or else they won't let me come home. And he fell for it. And the interesting thing is that now that that happened one time, he was a victim and then he became someone they targeted and did it again many times in
really?
different ways. And it was always, can you send it via Amazon gift card? And to me, and maybe it's because I grew up in this age where we didn't have social media and then we did,
Yeah,
that to me I would be like, what?
yeah,
But they don't always do that. They'll ask for a wire transfer, but the gift cards are not traceable. So it's not like if I gave you my credit card number that we can investigate it, my credit card would have my back. You can't do that with gift cards yet. But I'm just saying, Jeff Bezos, let's get on that since they're using your platform to scam people.
yeah.
There's got to be a way to find out where your gift card was purchased. How did you pay for it? Right? So don't you have to use your own credit card to buy them?
Yes.
So there's got to be a way to figure this out.
But as soon as it's delivered, then yeah, I don't know.
That part I understand, but they can still research, like obviously the date that I bought $500 gift cards from Amazon, and maybe there's a trail there.
Yeah, but so I just sent a gift card to someone the other day. I mean, it was no, no, I bought a book for my friend. And it used to be when you bought a book, you entered the recipient's name as you were purchasing, and it just automatically went. Now, what happened when I bought the book is I got an email and it had a code in it, a link. And so then I copied that link and I personally emailed it. So Amazon, I think, is protecting themselves from this situation and from liability because, like, if you bought the gift cards, you then would get 5 codes for those 500 gift or $500 gift cards. And
Hmm.
you would have to copy the code and email them to the recipient. Amazon has quit being the delivery middleman to protect themselves.
Oh, that's still not right.
Oh, it's not right, but I mean, like it's just I think it's proof how widespread this is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that there becomes some kind of stricter policy. I mean, that's all we can hope for. But
Mhm.
in the meantime, I think it's so important to understand that anything can be a scam.
Yep.
And it's really important for you to understand where that call is coming from, who is asking you for the money. Does it seem kind of odd that they would call and ask you? I have another quick story about an older woman while we were living in New York. Unfortunately, she was older. She lived alone. She was not tech savvy. And because she fell for this scam that someone called her and said that her computer was hacked or her computer had a virus or her computer or something, it was always a computer issue, but it was a different issue. And she fell for it at least a dozen times.
Mm.
And we tried to tell her, like, they will not call you asking for money. Like, what do you think? They're just screening everyone's laptop and all of a sudden they found a problem in yours? Like, you have to understand that you need to initiate those calls. No one's going to call you that's legit and say, oh, hey, we found a virus on your computer. It's just, but
Right.
that was, do you remember like 10, 15 years ago? That was the scam for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now who knows? They were saying, I mean, like people can copy our voices. I mean, like right now, someone could listen and copy our voice, and it could be my voice coming over the phone and not me instigating it, because of artificial intelligence or whatever the case may be. So it's just going to get worse. I think it's going to get worse. And so I feel like we should just really talk about the ways to be on alert and the things that we do personally to hopefully protect ourselves from being scammed.
Yeah, because I think that is really the point of our conversation today is how can we help? How can we help,
Mhm.
especially around the holidays, give you some tips and tricks that maybe will make your ears perk up if they happen to you or someone you know and prevent you from having to deal with that this holiday season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the first thing that always gets me is this sense of urgency. Like if you don't do this within the next 24 hours, the police are going to come and um, you're going to have to go to jail and blah 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 because I haven't paid taxes. Well, we know that that's not the case. That's one. So urgency is a factor that always alerts me,
Mm-hmm.
um, whether it's the government or a bill collector or I don't know, whatever it is, you're always going to be given time. Nothing has to be done immediately. So, um,
Yes, urgency is the number one.
mhm,
Also, too, some of the red flags are also pressure or making you feel fearful, like threats or panic. We're going to cut off your lights if you don't do this. We're going to do this. And any kind of request for a gift card, crypto, or wire transfers. I'm reading a little list that we made together for the show. And
yeah,
then unexpected messages, like you said, pretending to be the bank, the IRS, or Amazon, and any link for your login info. Never, never, never give your login info to somebody via email, text, or the phone.
right.
And just kind of normalize double checking, which I love. For me, if I got a urgent text from Citibank, which is one of my credit cards, I just call Citibank right away. And I
Yep,
had to do that a couple months ago and just like I just got this text. And of course their first question is like, you didn't click on anything, did you? And I was like, no, I called
right,
you first.
right. Well, I got a call just the other night after you and I had talked about this.
Yeah,
I got a phone call that said, we noticed a purchase that didn't seem typical. I didn't, it was a message left for me, but it prompted me to go to the website because they didn't leave a phone number to call back.
of
I
course
had to
not.
go to the website and I had to call them, which is the way it should be. Like use a number that you know is correct.
Yeah. Was that a legit thing or was that a
Yeah, yeah,
scam?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
bought something for Christmas that didn't seem typical.
It was out of your normal price range of
No,
spending.
it was just from one of those like it was from a local little shop. And I mean, anyway.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope this has been helpful, listeners. We all want you guys to stay safe and keep your money and keep your passwords to yourself.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. And, slow down. Remember, nothing's going to fall apart in a matter of minutes. Take the time to take a deep breath, settle yourself, know that you're calling the right place to verify the information. Um, and just don't ever, if somebody calls you, don't call back that number. Call the legitimate number. If somebody texts you, we don't engage in a texting conversation about something that's this important. Just slow down and protect yourself.
Yeah. I love how it says here urgency equals stop and verify. So anytime you feel like it's something you have to deal with right then and there, just like what Kim said, just take a breath, take a minute, take a beat, and verify what is being asked of you. And you'll save yourself a lot of time and a lot of cleanup if you can do that.
Potentially a lot of money as well.
Hmm.
Yep. All right, friend. Well, that all being said, I have to finish my Christmas shopping. So I think maybe I'll do it in
Pay
person with
cash, pay
cash
cash.
today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, as usual, it was a joy talking to you, and hopefully we help somebody.
Yep, for sure. And I look forward to talking to you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.